Whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers of mine, you did for me.
I was in my way to go buy some heroin. I was passing by to the parking lot. I saw a sign that said, "True Freedom Ministry." My life had changed dramatically.
Hello, my name is Michael Swiger, and I serve as the Executive Director of True Freedom Ministries, an independent evangelical nonprofit organization dedicated to reaching out to those deemed by many in our society as unworthy.
I've been in prison 16 years, 6 numbers.
Spent mostly all my youth in the penitentiary.
I was in prison for 10 years.
I've been kept out for 35 years.
Never been able to stay clean and sober. I'm a heroin addict.
You get out of prison, you're on your own. Goodbye, here's your $75 and we'll see you later. Probably sooner than later because they didn't have any place to go.
Our prison ministry is the largest in the state of Ohio, with over 50 volunteers actively engaged in prisons, jails, and juvenile detention facilities all across the state.
Come on, man, you want to go to jail?
Our multifaceted approach incorporates evangelism, discipleship, mentorship, and post-release reentry programming. Last year alone, over 15,000 inmates attended our services, with over 2,000 making first-time professions of faith in the Lord Jesus Christ.
He's waiting to die as he sits all alone. He's a man in a cell who regrets what he's done.
I had 6 warrants when I left prison, and they were there. They went to court with me on every one of them.
A couple weeks ago, there was this homeless lady, and she had a couple children.
They put her up in a hotel with her kids.
And I thought, wow, man, that's all right.
They've helped me get my relationship back with my wife and my kids. And now I'm back with my ex-wife now after 33 years of being divorced.
I got some shirts and socks and soap.
A stove, furniture for my house.
Being in prison for 3.5 decades and I ain't got no job, True Freedom Ministry actually embraced me and gave me some things that I actually really needed, not something that I wanted.
Through these people, I learned how to put a tithe on. If I'm backed up the rent, they help me.
As I smile, I got my teeth. By the grace of God, Mike Swiger got me hooked up with a dentist.
I don't have the greatest job in the world, but he hate me pays the bills.
Man got right on the phone, blah, 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 called up his connection, and I got hired the very next week. And I've been working with this man ever since, and I even got a couple days overtime, and it feels really great.
I'm not thankful that Gary and Mike been in prison. It helped them to feel the pain of some of these guys coming out of there.
I even go and help feed the homeless at times.
Our homeless ministry has been faithfully serving on the streets of Cleveland for over 18 years, having never missed a Saturday for any reason, whether Christmas Eve or 20 below zero. Over 70 volunteers from churches all across Northeast Ohio generously sacrifice of their time and their talents to serve over 400 hot meals each week. That's 10,000 meals last year alone. This dedicated team reaches out to the broken and the hurting with a hot meal, some warm clothes, and the love of Jesus Christ.
These your children. Let them know that Jesus is the reason we're here.
I get to come every Thursday night and participate in their services, and we have group discussions.
The kind of RU that they have is just phenomenal.
Our addiction recovery ministry meets weekly in the inner city of Cleveland and acts as the centerpiece of our prison reentry program, since over 80% of inmates have struggled with drugs or alcohol prior to their incarceration. Our program not only features aftercare and accountability, but we also strive to meet our clients' material needs as well, as we provide clothing, encouragement, and case management assistance.
And we have to live today with a Christ-like life. And once we do that, the miracles happen.
Our nursing home ministry visits those abandoned by society, sometimes abandoned by their own families. These time-worn souls are confused, sick, and sometimes just tired of life. They're only a breath away from eternity. Our teams of volunteers, which includes a full children's choir, offers friendship, fellowship, and the good news of the gospel to those on the very edge of death's door. Admittedly, the work we do is not for everyone. Few have the necessary experience, education, and training required to receive the security clearances necessary to minister inside of Ohio's prison system, especially on death row, where we are one of the few groups authorized to make such visits. While we've been endorsed by many national and local churches and ministries and embraced by the Christian media, we need your help.
This ministry has now grown to become the largest prison ministry in the state of Ohio. Think of it, 35 state-run facilities. And in addition to that, they continue to faithfully serve in local correctional facilities for adults and for youth.
If you're not supporting True Freedom, if I were you, I would support them. I think it's a wonderful ministry.
They're great guys, and I love working with them. If you kind of figure that maybe the Lord gave you a chance to do some good, you better go and do it. It's a human issue, right? I mean, you don't want to look the other way when you have a human being that has a chance to realize their God-given potential.
It's a proven fact that individuals whose lives have been surrounded and surrendered to biblical standards show improvement in their attitudes and actions both as inmates and then subsequently as productive citizens, resulting in lower tax support and safer communities. So it does behoove us, doesn't it, as concerned citizens to thoughtfully and carefully consider how we might invest our financial resources in this needed faith-based community service to the disadvantaged.
You can pray for our teams who are on the front lines in these various outreaches. You can also financially support us and allow us the privilege to be your missionaries in this high-risk, high-return mission field. After all, the work we are doing was commissioned by Jesus Christ himself.
For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me.
Thank you for taking these few moments to learn more about True Freedom Ministries. Won't you help us fulfill this great commission?
They helped me surrender, and by that surrender, I'm able to be a decent human being today. Without them, I don't know where I'd be today. I've been in prison for 16 years, 6 numbers. This is the first time I've ever had 28 months sobriety. It's all due to the True Freedom Ministry because they're always there for me every day and any day I need them.